What's up everybody, my name is Arcane, and today I'm actually doing probably a little sort of different video. I'm just going to tell my thoughts on what I think of Kingdom Hearts 3 as of now, through all the trailers that we've seen and the information that we have. This is going to maybe be a longer video, I'm not really sure. I'm not going to put as much editing into it. I really don't know what kind of gameplay I'm going to have in the background, but this is just going to be an overall overview so far of what we've gotten for the game and my thoughts on it. And I'm going to probably have it set up into different sections, such as the graphics for the game, the combat and the gameplay for the game so far, the story of the game, and also just kind of a quick talk about the release of the game and the release date we finally got. So yeah, sit back and enjoy this, I don't know how long video it's gonna be. So far, I think the biggest change and the best change to this game, probably the biggest step for this game has been the environments, or in general, the Unreal Engine. This has been the biggest step for the game overall. Yes, there are changes to combat, and they're more a conglomerate to the combat. It's bringing aspects from all the games that were good and putting them into one case. And this time, we actually have a huge advancement in graphics. There's lighting. Probably the biggest change is lighting, because overall before, a lot of the a lot of the texturing were painted on. They were not exactly dynamic, and everything kind of looked flat. Now we have flights that can add shadowing to areas. It can add a lot more atmosphere, and in general, the environments are probably the biggest and most impressive change to the world. With the lighting and also just texturing and modeling for the worlds have been incredible. The grass entangled, the cracks in every crevice in 0.2, the vines in 0.2, the clouds in Olympus or Mount Olympus. Everything in the game so far, at least environment-wise, has looked amazing. While it looked really good in the previous game, it got to a point in many of the games where it kind of felt stagnant and empty and lifeless at times, and even if there aren't a bunch of characters in these new worlds, it will feel dynamic. These new worlds will feel lively. Just look at 0.2. Even though there's literally nobody in those worlds other than Aqua and then random spurts of Terra and Ventus, you gotta see so much detail in every area that it almost didn't matter. You felt like you were part of that world because it was so detailed. There were so many places to go that were hidden. There were things to do, and it was beautiful. And that was, again, I've said this before, my favorite thing in almost any genre, or not genre, but like video games, shows, and even movies, are the atmosphere. And this game is going to look like a nail atmosphere. From Toy Story so far to Mount Olympus, which the thing is, what I really like is it looks like, especially in Mount Olympus, we have a ton of areas. We have that grass area, we have the cloud area, we have the broken down town area, and I'm pretty sure there's another one in there, I just can't remember, but there seems like there's going to be a lot of environments. There's not going to just be one straight up environment, and it's not going to be like small areas. Yeah, we've had different environments in the other game, but usually those were very small confined areas. Hopefully now we're going to get giant landscapes that we can traverse and look for different things, and so far, just based off a lot of the screenshots, or not screenshots, but just video that we've seen in these areas, there's a lot of movement to be had there. And again, if 0.2 is anything that's hinting at what's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, then having detailed worlds that we can travel everywhere, they're going to be there. They're going to be hidden secrets everywhere. It will be very vertical too. But there's one thing I think a lot of people are still kind of worried about. I'm not that worried about it. I think it'll get fixed, and those are the models for the characters. That's obviously a very mixed bag at this point. The Unreal Engine seems, well, they seem to be best at recreating environments. But as for the models, which a lot of people I think forget, they had to remake all the models for this game. And also counting they had to make all the environments too, but they had to remake every single model because they changed engines. And that's going to take some time, and apparently they're having some issues, mainly for Kingdom Hearts characters, on kind of getting that feeling back. As Sora started to look better, Donald and Goofy, I think they put on the most work on the main good guy characters, because Aqua, lighting and stuff wasn't the best, but at least her model in general looked good. It was just more the lighting, coloring, tone of what she looked like that was off. But as for like young Xehanort and Xemnas, they're overall kind of looking a little off. But then there's on the other side of that, Disney characters look magnifique. Freaking Toy Story, everybody's been pointing this out every time anybody saw them. I could have sworn they borrowed the models from Pixar themselves, because apparently they're working in close company with them at this time, but no, they apparently recreated the models, which is damn impressive, because they look straight from the movie. And even Hades, while not, I wouldn't say looking picturesque, he still looks great. He has a new, different feel to him, and he looks really good. The lighting looks good on him, the fire looks smooth as butter, which I don't know if it's supposed to be smooth. See, that's the thing, the comparison between the 2D aspect to comparing to like Toy Story. It's like Hercules was 2D, so it's kind of hard to compare and contrast the 2D version of him to the 3D version of him. So it's good. I feel like there is going to be, especially now with this new engine, there's going to be a slight difference. And even the Kingdom Hearts 2 or the older versions, while it looked pretty much picturesque to the movie, there are still slight differences just because we're not used to seeing him in a 3D space. And that's probably why it was a lot easier to nail the aspect of Toy Story, because they were already in a 3D model and they could just kind of copy it straight from it. But there's also Pete, who looks damn good too. He looks, honestly, he looks probably the most accurate out of, aside from Toy Story, the most accurate of the Disney characters that we've seen, which we haven't seen that many, but still, he looks amazing in comparison to his Kingdom Hearts 2 version. And Maleficent, well, she just looks like she needs to take a nap, or she's been smoking some good kush. I can't tell. She's taking a nap. I think they'll fix her. Maybe she's just tired. She's tired of this shit. She just really wants that box. But aside from that, yeah, Disney characters so far look amazing. Kingdom Hearts characters, they could use some work. Main characters that look decent. I still think, again, lighting and texturing overall are still being worked on. They're not perfect, but this is all that we've seen. Maybe they've improved a ton from this. A lot of people forget that trailers aren't the exact moment on where they're at. Yeah, we just got this trailer at D23, but that could be a trailer that they made 5 months ago. We don't know when they made these trailers, so they could have advanced a ton since we saw that trailer. I might mention this a little more in depth later on, but yeah, just remember, trailers aren't the exact moment of where the game's at. It's just kind of a representation of where it was at. But I think the biggest thing I would like for just graphics-wise or atmosphere-wise, I would like for there to be a lot of characters roaming around, because we all know there's more of the moments in Kingdom Hearts 2 where we praise all these characters being around, like in Aladdin, I think Olympus Coliseum. There's all these characters cheering, or there's supposed to be people bustling around a street, and there's nobody there. If we have a hub area where there's nobody attacking, I want there to be a decent amount of characters around. But we couldn't tell that from 0.2, because again, there were no characters other than Aqua, really. But I would like to see a lot of characters kind of roaming around. But I think with this new engine and just the power from the PlayStation 4, it'll happen. We can do that. We have a ton more enemies so far on the screen at one time than I think we've ever had, aside from like the 1,000 Heartless battle. There's almost every scene, it looks like there's like 20 or 30 Heartless just running around. So I think we're going to be able to throw some more characters on the screen. Have a nice little, actually, Paula Bastion in Kingdom Hearts 2, that had a decent amount of characters roaming around. Hopefully they can do that in almost every world. That'd be really nice. But also, I almost forgot to mention, Sora, I do like his design a lot. He has really grown on me. I liked him at first, right when we saw his design. I know some people questioned it, because, I mean, everybody questions anything new, really. I actually like his design almost better than the Kingdom Hearts 2 version. He looks a lot older, and you can tell by his hand he's a lot older. I mean, those are some knuckles, man. Good lord, those are some divine knuckles. But yeah, he is looking a lot older. I'm not sure how, when he changes his design, that makes him older, because his regular Kingdom Hearts 2 design, when he's in like 2.9 trailer, he looks the same, but then he looks older when he gets his new clothes. Is there like a time skip in there? I don't think there's a time skip in there, but whatever. He looks great. I like his new design a lot. I think there's still things to work on with it. Just, again, pretty much everything, lighting, shading, stuff like that. But I also do really like his Toy Story design. I think at first he did stand out a little bit, but again, over time, you get used to it, and also you think about it, there are a lot of different toys in Toy Story, so they're not gonna all look exactly the same, because I mean, Buzz and Woody are kind of smooth, and then there are other characters that aren't as smooth. So I think they look great for what they are, and apparently they're really hard designed too. And I do think Tetsuya Nomura actually mentioned that there will be other worlds like this where they do change designs like they've done in previous games too, which I am very looking forward to, and seeing what that is. I just hope they don't look stupid. Please, no Finding Nemo. I don't want to turn into a fish. We already know how that went, and nobody liked it. Not many people liked it. And don't turn me into a car. We're not going to cars. I don't want to be a car. I don't want to see Sora swinging around a Keyblade with his mouth. How would that even work? No, would he hold it in his wheel cover? No. It's a windshield. The Keyblade's a windshield wiper. Let's not do that.